Well, we would like to first introduce one of our very, very good friends.
Yes, indeed.
A person with whom we go and have much history. We go way back. Way back.
Way to the way back.
To the very beginning of our careers. And we know you're going to love her. If you are just discovering her tonight, you are in for a magnificent treat.
Oh, a treat.
For those of you who know the wonder that is Miss Lady Alma, please make some noise as we welcome Miss Lady Alma Worthing to the program.
Give it up for that band, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our family.
We got the family in the house tonight.
The family is all the way in the house tonight.
Family is here.
Welcome, Lady Alma.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You are known in every circle that I have been in as a monster talent.
Monster.
But more than how talented you are, everyone says that you are such a wonderful spirit and such a good and genuine person and real to the bone. And so for me, that is obviously the most important thing because you're also my friend and sister.
Yes,
But I just wanted to tell you that, you know, your reputation precedes you as a person. And we need to know where all of that comes from, where all that goodness comes from.
I don't know. I don't. I think it comes from my mom. It's Carla who kind of got me where I am, who I am, why I am. So I'm sorry. I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Actually, I'm on a professional mic tonight, so this is kind of nervous. And I do interviews horrible, so
You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine.
You'll be
Say a little
fine.
This is
prayer
just a
for me.
family conversation. The same ones that we have at the house or on the phone.
Okay.
We just talking. The cameras
So
is on.
you mentioned your mom.
Yes.
And that's pretty much how you got started singing.
Yes,
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 indeed.
yes. My mom she was always singing. She was in the church. She was a minister. And one of the things that she instilled in me is getting something and doing well with it. And so I wanted to do other things. However, music just seemed to always have been in my life before I even was born. So like music was always in the home. My grandmother had a speakeasy where all
Speakeasy.
I know y'all know some of them speakeasies
Oh, yeah.
and stuff. So, you know, a lot of people in the music business, especially the gospel world, used to come to the speakeasy. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, they like to go to the speakeasy
Saints and
sometimes.
ain'ts.
Yeah, those that are called out but not called. But anyhow, you know, they would come, and my grandmother, she would cook, and she was a nurse, but she loved entertainment and she loved music. And so I've always been around it. It was kind of destined for me. Yeah.
Now, you're so Philly, and I was just really surprised to find out that you were born in San Diego.
Yes, I was.
So when did you arrive in Philadelphia?
I arrived here, I'd say about 2. Because my father was in the service, he was in the Navy, and he was stationed. He was stationed in San Diego, where I was born, but we had roots on both sides. You know, I had family on the West Coast, and I had family on the East Coast, and a lot more was on the East Coast. So of course, a job opened up for my mom back here on the West Coast in Philadelphia, and she came, and of course, I had to go with her because I wasn't going with him. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I should say that they had they divorced after I was born.
Right.
And so when she left and came back here, of course, Alma came with her.
Absolutely. Now, you have gone to some of the prestigious arts institutes here in Philadelphia, Camp,
Yes.
Girard Academic Music Program. You went to Settlement Music School, and then you were trained in Freedom Theater.
Yes, yes.
So now that is the makings of a good artist.
Yes, yes.
Tell us a little bit about going to these programs and how they prepared you to do what it is that you do today.
Well, I first attended camp. So that kind of started. I always sang because my mom was like, "You're going to sing because you can sing, sing, sing." And it was always in the church. But she noticed that it was more than just sing. And it was like, you need to know about your craft. So I try to instill this in the students that I mentor and whatnot. Learn about what you're doing. Learn the history of it. Learn the origin. And so that's what happened. My mom, someone told her about GAMP, and I auditioned, and I got in GAMP. And while I was in GAMP, one of the teachers took an interest, and they told my mom, you need to put her in settlement, which is a program that you do after school. And you got to pay for it. So it's not something for free that you get, But my mom saw
it's a little investment in your future.
Yes, she saw past just, I'm going to send her to settlement. She was like, I could make some money off this young lady. But no, that's just a joke. But really, she really put a big investment in me. And I just really took to music because it was my out. Even as a child, it was my out. Being raised as an only child, had a brother, but was raised as an only child. So I had a great imagination. And so that's how I ended up at GAMP and settlement and all the other things like Freedom Theater coming up afterwards. Because my mom also wanted me to be enriched in my culture. Not just so much, because settlement, it offers the foundation. I like to say that classical music is the foundation to all music in actuality because it taught you theory. And in order to understand theory, to go into other things. So she was like, she has to know the foundation. And so, for a while I was and doing all of that and whatnot. But I started to develop my own ear and what I liked and what felt good to me when singing. And so that's why she said, you're going to Freedom Theater because you need to also be in touch with your culture. And that's what Freedom Theater offered, was culture, which we don't offer the young people sometime now. And so
you had really the best of both worlds. You had the standard education and standard extended education in terms of what was supposedly quote unquote standard
Absolutely.
at that time. And then you also had an experience at what has become an arts flagship in Philadelphia, especially amongst the African American community at Freedom Theater.
Absolutely.
But who is credited for putting you on? Because you are a talented young person, but then there has got to be an entrance into this business. Who helped to usher that in?
There's a gentleman by the name of Kindred that I would like for everyone to know about. He was the DJ for the Diggable Planets for a while, and then he went on to become a DJ, like a traveling DJ. And he developed this collective called Silk 130.
Absolutely.
And I kind of came about because he used to do parties at Silk City on 5th and Spring Garden. And they did party music. And I have such the biggest mouth, if you don't know that by now, you will know soon. But I would sing like he would play the music.
They're going to learn today.
He would be playing the music, and I just would be so encompassed. Like, I love house music because it was so close to gospel music, but still you could push the envelope. Like, you didn't feel guilty if you twisted a little bit, because I feel weird about twisting the God. I just really do. I was oh geez, no, I don't feel comfortable doing that. So that's what house though did, because even though sometimes house music would be singing about God, but it wasn't in that constraint type, gospel. And I love gospel, so don't think Alma is against gospel. It's just I don't twist the gospel. I twist the house though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and that's how he found me. I was singing in the club, and we talking about speakers like that sitting on top of each other, and he's thinking this vocal is in the mix. And it was me and my girlfriend Tangi in the middle of of the club.
Tangie Dixon.
Yes. Yes. That's how it came about. He just was like, yo, who is that? And it was funny because King grew up with my sister. That's on my father's side. So it was weird. It was kind of destined that me and King was to come about. And then we did the first album, When the Funk Swings, and I and my girlfriend Tanja did the remake of Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, you did.
So
that was an incredible
thanks
record.
to King, yeah.
It's an incredible record, an incredible DJ, incredible producer. Kindred also shares production credit on our first album, Rhythm of Life.
Yes.
And speaking of gospel, it had
Todd
Tribbett and
yeah.
his and GA
Tony
at the
Moore,
time.
yeah.
And Tony Moore in the background. So
Yes.
awesome times.
How old were you at that time? We can talk. Come on now.
You know, I keep telling people I'm 25, you
Well,
know.
hey, look.
He was 17.
About 7 years old. He's about seven. About 7 years old in the club singing over the speakers.
Yes.
It's all good. I'm only asking
No, I
because
was 25.
I'm figuring that at that time to be just entering into the music business and to really be doing a cover of a classic record and be known for that. Lots of pressure there, and life changes. You are able to travel all over the world. Tell us about that experience. The first time that you performed in front of an audience and saw them jamming to your music.
Oh my God, we did. I was still with King at the time before Lady Alma came about, and we did one of those, I guess, a showcase where like Escape and all of them were on the same showcase. So all of them were just starting to come out at that time, and Jermaine Dupri and all these people, and you know, when you're not doing what everyone else is doing, you're gonna feel, I don't want to say
like
insecure, but yeah, like an outcast. And so we was like, oh God. And we went on before them, however. We killed. We killed.
That's what we do.
We killed.
course.
But it was weird to see all those people start to walk out after when Escape came on. It was crazy. Because at that time, they were not what I need from you. They wasn't there yet. Right. They were just coming out and stuff. So people was like, okay, we got the shock factor. Silk 130 just killed. We going to another room. And so to see those people who did not know us, and they knew them because they were signed to a major label. Now, King was signed to Sony. We were not signed to Sony, only him. So they did not push us. We had to actually work for people to notice us because everybody's just is King. And wasn't nothing wrong with that because that was an awesome platform to have. But to see, it had to be at least 70. My first crowd was about 7,500 people to sing to.
I mean, I'm glad that you mentioned those things because I was thinking to myself, like, what is it like to be so revered? And this is something that me and AJ actually know about. To be so revered by so many people all across the globe, you have fans, but to still, in a sense, fly under the radar.
Here, in a way, it kind of is okay. I would like for people to know me by my music, and just be like, "There go Lady Alma," because I don't really want I don't want people to. I really don't want that because, like, sometimes, honestly, you know, being an independent artist, I work from the rip. So if I don't get a gig for the month of whatever, I don't pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? It's that deep for independent artists. Don't let the television fool you with these fake independent artists that are on TV. They got backing. That's why they on TV. You understand? But when you're really in it, you got to do your own bookings, all of that stuff.
We know.
I know, y'all know. We just chatting. We having a chat.
I told you was gonna get comfortable, didn't I?
I'm gonna go over there and have my tea.
She's so much more comfortable now.
She talking tea talk now. She done pulled the tea talk out.
Because it's the truth.
But I think also too that one of the things that is the work ethic thing. You know, you're out and you're grinding, and you learn how to do it that way. You know, so I think a lot of times you know, someone who I really do respect, I know she gets a lot of flack right now, but, you know, Mariah Carey,
right,
who really, in my opinion, is a genius because she wrote those songs, and people forget that. people also forget the fact that that if she was a man, I believe she'd be being called a genius. Because men been called geniuses for less. Trust us.
This is true.
That is true.
But I will say this, that she said her first time on stage was after her album came out. Whereas I find that here in Philadelphia, especially with the artists that we came up with, that it's the opposite. And you said something very important, I think, is about we had to earn it. We had to go out and do it, do the clubs. Nobody knew the music. Right. You had to sell the music. Tell me about the evolution of your live show and how you pull that together, because you are known to be a dynamic performer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love being on the stage, and not in the sense of conceitedness, but it's just something about being on the stage and feeling the vibrations of people all the time. And sometimes you feel sad vibrations, and sometimes you feel angry vibrations. I think when you can change people's vibrations, that be the best feeling for me. And that's how my show, I work around, actually you guys kind of direct how I perform on the stage. And it's the honest to God truth, because sometimes I don't even want to be on the stage, maybe because of personal reasons, but I've learned to read the crowd. And in order to do that, you can't separate yourself. That's why I like the under the radar thing, sort of, kind of. I don't mind the, hey, there go Lady Alma, hey, lady. I don't mind that. Mm-hmm. That's why I try to let people know, right? Absolutely. I tell people all day long, you're not a fan, you're fam. Fan is a prefix, right? Mm-hmm. For fanatic. And I don't see anybody who loves music as fanatic. That means crazy. And it could be crazy in a bad way. You understand? So I always try to let people know, y'all my fam. I duck the bill collectors. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, you understand? I rob Peter to pay Paul. Yes. I really do. And so that's how my show evolved, because I love to see the people's faces pick up. People don't know me. I love to see when all of a sudden they don't know me, and now they want to know who I am, and that makes me evolve as an entertainer.
What you were just talking about reminded me of you saying that Kindred is the person who pretty much give you your start, because it sounds like being a DJ, taking the room and watching the room and figuring out what you need to do and how you changing what you're doing. It's like you're a vocal DJ in a sense.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we have to talk about the Black Lily. The Black Lily is where we get our connection.
Yes.
In around 2000, 99, 2000, we were all performing at the 5 spot over on Bank Street, which no longer exists, unfortunately. But we have the memories to last us a lifetime of all of the things that we did there. But how did you come to be involved in the Black Lily?
Oh, wow. I always knew the Roots, and I knew Rich Nichols. And I would rehearse sometimes in the back room over at the studio. And so that was presented to, at the time, my manager, Tony Allen. Why don't you bring Lady Alma to the 5 spot so she can see it? Because I heard about it but never saw what was going on. And that's where I got the first time to see Kindred, the family soul. They were the reason why I had 11 pieces. I'm so angry now that I did. But they were the reason why I had 11 pieces. They were the reason why I wanted to be personal with the audience, because the moment I locked eyes with both of them, this is no bull. I fell in love with those cats, and they were so much more to me than anybody that I have came into contact in this business. They helped me when I felt down about certain things. I would talk to them about stuff that they probably still got and have never told anybody. And after seeing them, I was like, you know what? I gotta get my stuff together. I gotta get me a band because I'm doing the 5 spot, and people was fighting to be on that stage, honey. First of all, you had to be the bomb. Second of all, you had to know somebody. Third of all, you know, you just had to wait until it was your time. You did, because seriously, everybody that got on that stage, from, you know, Mecca to Jaguar to Jill to Music to Bilal to
Jazzy
you
Fat
guys,
Nasties.
the Jazzies, like all of Jasmine Sullivan, like she was sneaking in there, couldn't even be in there, but would be on that stage. I told you you had to be dope, dope, dope. So all these people that I named, and it was so many more, River, the host, it's just the whole thing. It just, I was encompassed and engulfed in it, and I just had to be a part of it. And so I got myself together.
It was our Philly Renaissance, like the Harlem Renaissance,
Yeah, man.
I like to think.
It's a great,
And
great
it was a
time.
Beautiful, beautiful time. And Jaguar Wright is your cousin.
Yeah.
Your family, your
Yes,
actual
she
family.
is. Yes, her grandfather and my great-grandfather were brothers.
I find it so interesting that the two of you do something kind of completely different. You know what I mean? But it's such the similarity that you both have is that you both are the bomb and you both rock the show like crazy. So that's pretty crazy. That just runs in the family.
Yeah,
I suppose.
yeah.
You've done some collaborations, and one of them, well, many of them are very dynamic, but one that stands out also is your collaboration with For a Hero.
Yes.
Can you tell us about how that came to be?
Absolutely. Digo, who is one half of For Hero, was friends with King. And so he had been after he heard the stuff that I did with King, because me and King did a lot of tracks together. He was like, how can I get Alma? Because I want her to sing on a track of mine. How can I get her? And he was like, well, he was coming over, and he was like, I'll introduce y'all, and if y'all vibe and she want to do it, hey. And he was responsible for me leaving the country for the very first time. I had been everywhere in the United States and over in Canada, but to actually go over the pond, it was because of Digo. So that's how I met him, though, through King.
Well, I seen you in Japan once, right?
Yes.
You were in Japan and rocking
Yes.
people who I know they didn't understand what you were saying, but
Actually,
like-
yes, they do.
They
It's
did?
funny.
They
Listen,
speak English?
they know what they hear when it's repetitive. They know it. So they can't speak not one piece of English, but will open their mouth and say every word you sing. That shows you how music really do speak
It's a
only
language of its
one
own.
language, and it's breaks down barriers. I was in the studio working with a Japanese producer over in Japan, and the engineer spoke no English, but we did a session in 3 hours, and when it was over, like, he was high-fiving me and everything, and we never spoke like how I could speak to you. You know what I'm saying? I just was doing like this the whole time, pointing to tell him where to put the vocals and whatnot. Music is like, I'm telling you, it was my passport out. It helps to it's an interpreter. You know what I mean? So I went somewhere and they didn't speak the language, but I could tell if you really like me or not just because of tonation. You can do that even just now when people are trying to be sarcastic, but they don't want to be sarcastic, but they're being sarcastic. You can kind of feel that they are just through the tone. It's all about the tone.
Shay.
You pick up on things.
Shade big time.
Now,
Yes.
your mother, Carla, just recently passed, and unfortunately, God bless her soul. We know that you had taken some time off from doing music to take care of her and be by her side. I know that she was a very integral part of your life. I wanted you to talk a little bit about your mom and taking that time to make sure that she was okay and sacrificing your own career in order to make sure that was right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I pulled back 10 years. So I'm actually just coming back out. And I feel like everybody's like, you're this legend, blah, blah, blah. I don't feel like a legend because everything has changed. Like when I was out, social media was, yo, you coming? You know what I mean? Can you call somebody and tell them that I'm gonna be performing? Or, you passing out flyers. You know what I mean? Like nobody did any blast and no one was getting up on social media. And so when my mom passed, and she was a great, please y'all believe me when I say she was a great woman. When she passed, and you know, somebody said, Al, you guys started Instagram. I just literally 6 months ago started Instagram page. My mom's been gone 6 months, and I literally started it 6 months ago. I am so afraid of this time a little bit because I'm so used to the hands-on. I am so used to that having to be online all the time, it almost feels pretentious because I have to, if you feel like you got to fake it, and I don't want to be faking it, but I don't want people like, I don't want to expose to people, and I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about my mom, but I just don't want to let people down. And it's like starting with my mom, like I represent her. So I don't want to let her down. Up on this social platform that we have now and that we're forced really to do. I am so afraid. And I want somebody to help with the social media, but I really always want to be a part of it because you never know who you run into in the streets. You know what I mean? And lately I've been having people I don't even know, but I mean, maybe it's the hairstyle, I don't know what it is. But they'll see me on the gram, and then I'll be out just somewhere looking the worst. And then it's like, oh, my God, you know, your video helped me. But my mom, I'll tell you this much. Before she left, the week that she passed away, she had a lot of things that was bad, had kind of gotten better. And I should have been able to pick up on the fact that she was leaving me. However, she said this, be the best that you have been to me these last 10 years when you pull back, because she didn't understand this world. She didn't understand the entertainment business. She didn't understand why sometimes me having 11 people, getting paid maybe $2,000, sell out my CDs, and I pay my band all the money, and I come back with like maybe $100. So she said, be the best. Thank you, at what you've been to me. And I just want you guys all to know that Carla Horton was a great woman. She did it by herself. She raised me on her own, and she was a great woman. And all the ladies in here, I see my mom in every last one of you. I appreciate every mother in here, if you have a mother.
They all do.
I'm saying if she's still in the land of the living, if your mother's in the land of the living, and I'm not taking away from the fathers because I love y'all too. It's just that me and my mom had a very, very tight relationship.
Carla Horton birthed a great woman as well.
Yes, indeed.
Her name is Alma Horton.
Yes, indeed.
We love you, Alma.
I love y'all.
And we would love for you to give us some music if you can. If you feel it.
We'll give you a
We'll
few
give you a
seconds.
second to
Can I?
get it together.
I'm gonna ask you something.
What you want to say?
I asked you something to give you a second.
Man, come on out here too. Go ahead. give us a
And
second.
the thing is, and I want everyone to understand something, and because we are friends, and and I don't want to explain anything for you, but I tell you, I truly stood in awe of you, and what amazing care you gave your mother. Amazing care. It can be difficult for artists. Our parents let us go and we're gone, and they deal with us being gone, and when things change, that can be very difficult. But I will ask you this. You call your music Soulful House, right? And all of those elements that you put into it, I mean, it's dance music. Yeah. But how does your version of this stand out from being something that you feel is, like, sometimes people hear dance music, they think it's void of feeling, of emotion, of those elements that we associate with soul music, or we associate with rhythm and blues or rock and roll. Tell me about the elements of Soulful House and how that stands out.
Well, what I do, because it's me. Yeah. It's me. That's it. I can't explain
Secret
it.
recipe.
And a little bit of Lowry's, you know. But listen,
I think that's the answer.
I want to say something though, real quick. Everybody, can y'all just join with me, giving these two a big hand, because without them, a lot of people would not even know who I am, why I am. Seriously, can y'all do it a little louder, like really, seriously. I love y'all.
We love you.
I love y'all.
And they need to know why they love you. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Come on and show these people what
Al.
it is. Share this link if you're watching right now, because it's about to be incredible.
It's about to get popular.
Trust me when I tell you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lady Alma.
Okay. I like to talk, but I'm gonna show you what I really like to love to do. So if you're feeling all right, everybody say all right. All right, Sean, my new best friend. Woo! One more time, we'll do it one more time, just feel it, do it, move it, ha ha, it's house music, yeah. We'll sing it one more time, now feel it, and do it, move it, ha, it's house music. So you got nowhere to go, and you got nothing to do. Don't turn on the radio, but the music that's inside of you. Let it out, get you feel the sound. Real music, can't you feel it now? House music take control of you. Grab the soul, so move. I know you love it. Feel it, do it. Hey, it's house music. Come on, I want to feel your head. Feel it, do it, move it. Ooh. Do it, move it, it's house music. You know I wanna jack your body all night long. Hey. It's house music. The beat is always on the 4/4. Bass kick, leave you wanting more. Hi-hats and snares are everywhere. Hey, on the one, no, even the two. House music always make you move. You can't deny the feeling in your chest. It gives you joy and lift you up. You never ever get enough. Turn it up and act a fool, yeah. Shake your body and feel the groove. House music gonna make you move. House music gonna make you move. Yeah. It's house music. Yeah. I wanna jack your body, feel it, do it. Ooh. Hey, feel it, do it, move it, ow, it's house music. I wanna jack your body. Yeah. I jack your body, I jack your body, let me jack your body. I said hey, it's house music. I jack your body. If you wanna let me jack your body, let me jack your body. Ooh, I'm sorry. Can I come off the stage? Let me check your body. a hit. Give me a hit. This is what I need y'all to sing with me tonight. It's feel it, do it, move it. It's house music. That's all I need you to sing. Say, feel it, do it, move it. It's house music. Come on, sing it with me. Feel it, do it. I need y'all. I ain't trying to work it, but I know I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to work off some of that chicken y'all ate tonight. Some of that mac and cheese. I'm going to jack you. Feel it, do it, move it. It's house music. Feel it, do it, move it. Everything. Feel it, do it. Oh, it's house music. What you wanna do, 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 what you wanna do. It's house music. Can you feel it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. The night long, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel it, do it, move it. It's house music. It's just gonna be me and her singing. Feel it, do it, move it. It's house music. Hey, all right. Told you this is what I like to do. Now this next song, I don't know if everybody was here for Asia's birthday. This is the original. This is the real song. That song was specially for her. I know y'all can tell I really love them, right? Hey, why don't y'all give it up too? Because Loose Ends is here tonight. Oh, come on. They have traveled so far. Please give it up. Yes. One more time. I am happy. I am happy. I am happy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Loving, feeling, rising, climbing, feeling like I've never felt before. Tossing and not turning, reaching for you, Lord, having things I never had and more. I am happy in this world. I am happy in this world. I am happy in this world. As long as this world, as long as this world got you. I can make it in this world. As long as this world got you. You are the reason, changer, season, making you my number one. It may not yeah. Now and forever. Don't you know you got me floating over. And I'm chasing all the clouds away. Said I'm chasing all the clouds away. In the sky. Ooh. You, baby.
happy. Yes, I'm happy. You make me feel so very happy that I gotta spell it before I get off this stage. H-A-P-P-I-N-E-double-S H-A-P-P-I-N-E-double-S It's H-A-P-P-I-N-E-double-S Happy. I'm happy. I said Kindred presents. It makes me happy. And I'm getting ready to get off this stage. But before I go, I want to say that I love you. Thank you for letting me entertain you. I hope you learned a little bit about me. Hey, yeah. That's it, everybody. I love you. My name is Lady Alma. You can see me on the gram at the Lady Alma. You can hit me up on Twitter at Strongline. Thank you for letting me entertain you. Make some noise, everybody.